Guys, today we're talking about silicone rings, specifically the Bondwell versus the Groove. Nathan Cox, guys, thanks so much for joining me on Around the Home through another product review, and this is a versus. These are kind of fun. Okay, so we really get to see how the two competitors work against each other. Silicone rings. Let's get a little closer here, huh? So I've got two of the most popular silicone rings out on the market today. The Bondwell and the Groove, okay? Now for those of you, you'd have to be almost living under a rock to not hear about the Groove rings. They've been doing very aggressive advertising lately, and I think they've been doing a good job at it. The Bondwell is a lot smaller on their advertising, but it's one of the most popular rings on Amazon. Okay, now both these rings can be bought on Amazon. And let's just start right off with price point. The Bondwell ring, I'm not talking about all the different variations because there are some price ranges, but their most common ring is going to run about 20 bucks. And the Groove's most common ring is going to run right about $30, okay? So there's a $10 price difference, almost about 33% price difference, if I'm doing my math right. Okay, so there is a price difference. Is it worth it? Is the Groove better? Is it cooler? Is the Bondwell a good ring? Okay, I have an earlier review of the Bondwell ring all by itself because I had got this Bondwell ring some months back. Okay, and I don't change anything I've said about it before. In a nutshell, it's a quality ring. It's a good silicone, medical grade silicone ring. It's durable. I take it to work. I'm a handyman, if those of you don't know. I'm a handyman. I do a lot of building and remodeling and stuff like that. So this is still the ring that I've been wearing up until I got to the Groove ring. Okay, so it hasn't shown signs of wear. It's not tearing. It doesn't stink. Now my finger does sweat a little bit underneath it. Okay. That is a thing. Now it's not bad. Some of the silicone rings make it look like you've taken a bath for like an hour too long, okay, and you're totally pruned underneath it. Here's a little bit of video footage. I went ahead and wore both rings one day, one on the right hand, one on the left hand. I wore them all day long, okay, and I took them off so I could kind of show you. And I'm sorry, I had a hard time getting the angle and the lighting just right. Now you can see a little bit of, you can see the whiteness under my finger where the Bondwell ring was. And there's just a tiny amount of pruning, not very much. It's not bad at all. But you can see it better on the finger that had the Groove ring. Okay, and the reason for that, straight up, here's the Groove ring. I don't know, but let's roll it inside out. I don't know if you can still see it. Maybe if I move, it'll focus on the ring. There are actual grooves on the inside of the Groove ring. There's actually two different types of silicone on the Groove ring. A softer and a harder one to work with it for flexibility and durability. That's kind of cool. So those are those reasons, those grooves and the two different layers of silicone is what makes the Groove ring more expensive. Another big thing, and you don't know this when you just look at the pictures on Amazon, is the thickness of the two rings. There now you can see them side by side. Okay, the Groove ring is a much thinner ring than the Bondwell. So if you're a guy or a lady, but the guy's rings are much bigger, and I'm a guy, and I have a men's ring, so let's just kind of stick with what I'm actually comparing specifically. If you're used to wearing big rings, the Bondwell's not going to bother you. But if you're not used to wearing big rings, or any rings at all, because maybe you work with your hands, so you just don't wear rings because you don't want your finger ripped off, and then you go put the Bondwell on, you're gonna feel it. Okay, it's not bad. You know, unlike metal rings, when you grab a hold of things really tight, it's not gonna pinch into your finger. It's not gonna pinch into the finger next to it. It's a silicone ring. That's one of the huge advantages of it. Other than it will rip if torn, rather than taking your finger off with a saw blade. It won't take your finger off, but it also won't crush your fingers in the process of just everyday work. Now the Groove ring takes that a step further because it's a much thinner ring. And because they use the two different types of silicone, they keep the flexibility and the durability on the outside layer and keep it thinner at the same time. So I don't even feel this one on, the Groove ring. So I really, really like the Groove ring. Sorry, Bondwell. Now for price point, you're getting a good deal with Bondwell. But for a little bit more, getting the Groove ring you just got a better ring. That's just kind of where it boils down to. It seems to be just as tough because I've been wearing it for the last few months, but it's thinner, so I don't feel it. And they've got a lot. Oh, it breathes better. That's a big thing. The Bondwell's not bad. It does better than other silicone rings because it's got a better grade silicone. But the grooves on the groove ring actually work. Okay, so that's worth it right there. And there's a lot more designs to pick from on the groove ring. So boys and girls that are watching, and if you're interested in either one of these rings, the men's or the women's collection, I'll have clickable links in the description down below for Amazon. Okay, and not only does that help you get right to the product that we're talking about here in this video, but it helps support us. You know, we get advertising credits for using those links. You guys go on Amazon, so it helps us out here. So I can keep putting out great videos, bringing you lots of different stuff. All right, but on this showdown, the Groove versus the Bondwell, the Groove ring took it hands down. Okay, it just beat it on 3 different points. 3 out of 3, the Groove won. Other than that, guys, please subscribe to my channel. Click on that link, check it. Hit that little bell for notifications so you're notified when we make new videos. Check out my website where I got all my videos organized very well along a couple different YouTube channels. And then check out some additional videos of some other stuff. Guys, thanks so much.